convert 7 pi over 6 into degree measure. So I know my ratio is 360 degrees to 2 pi radians. So I'm going to set up a proportion. I don't know the degrees, so I'm going to put an x in the numerator, and my 7 pi over 6 goes in the denominator. So what you have here is you have a fraction within a fraction, which may look a little scary, but I'll show you it's really not that bad. So to solve the proportion, we're going to cross multiply. 2 pi times x, I'll just put that over here, and then 360 times 7 pi over 6. Okay. So now I want to try and simplify this right side here. So I put 360 over 1. And then what you can do is you can just kind of make this all one fraction on the right. So it's going to be 2 pi x equals 360 times 7 and then pi all over 1 times 6, which is 6. Okay, now what I can do, I can go a couple different ways. I can do 360 times 7 to simplify the numerator and then try to reduce the fraction after that. Or, looking at this fraction, I can see that 360 and 6 both contain a factor of 6, so I can actually reduce this right away, and that might be a little bit more efficient. So let me try that. 2 pi x is still going to be the left side, and then 360 divided by 6, well, 6 goes into 360 60 times. So that means I can reduce these, and I just get 60, and then times 7, and then pi. So this 360 divided by 6 became 60, and then I just have 60 times 7, and that fraction is now gone. So now I will simplify the right side further. 2 pi x equals 60 times 7 is 420, and then there's your pi still there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is divide both sides by 2. So the 2's simplify out on the left, and I'm going to get pi times x equals 420 divided by 2 is 210 pi. Now I have pi times x equals 210 pi. Now this pi, it really is just a number. Remember, it's 3.14159, so on and so forth. So I still want to solve for x. So I'm going to divide by pi on both sides. And what happens here is the pi's reduce out on the left, so I get x equals. On the right, the pi's also reduce out, and I get 210. So that means my x is 210, and that x represented the degree measure. So my degree measure for 7 pi over 6 is 210 degrees. So the main idea here is quite simple. You're using a simple proportion, but the problem is it gets a little ugly because you have a fraction within a fraction, and you also have this pi on both sides that you end up reducing. So just really focus on the steps here and study them carefully. Make sure when you do your own conversions that you follow the steps carefully, just like this.